Alright, today is definitely how not to make a video because this is about my 6th attempt at making the video. It's storage problems on the phone and power problems, and I've just got problems. But anyways, it's supposed to be a fairly short video, but it's taken me longer to make it than I expected, and it's just been nothing but a series of short videos that cut me off. So we'll see how this one goes. Anyways, this is more or less an update video, let you know what's going on, what's going to be going on, and where the situation is headed. None of this is complaints or any of that kind of stuff. This is just the facts, the way things are, and I've accepted them. If you don't want to accept them, well, then you can whine about it. But I'm accepted it. Anyways, the reality is, we just don't have the finances to build a car. Building an engine, 2 or 3 or 4 times is probably more expensive than building a real high performance engine once. So, there is that take into account. That was my first engine that I've ever built. I got a 16.9 out of it using a stopwatch and a GPS quarter mile. I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, first gear she would smoke the back tire, and pretty much you had to let off her to get her to grab traction again. She'd sit there and smoke it all day long if you wanted to. Excuse me. Always when you're videoing. And of course, that's with the bigger tires on the back. So I keep looking over here at the block sitting beside me, accusingly. And so what we're going to do, I mean, nothing against anybody at all, but I was told that I was going to, and I questioned the person whether I was going to, you're going to help me with this, you supposedly have the knowledge. No, I mean, supposedly have the knowledge. Well, they don't have anything, they've got a bunch of stuff that they could do. Well, it doesn't really matter anyways. They really don't have any more knowledge than, watched a bunch of YouTube videos, recite a bunch of stuff. And that's the long and the short of it. A whole bunch of stuff and a little bit of knowledge, and that's a dangerous thing. And I know that. I knew that. Knew that long time ago. Knew going in. Definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And yeah, I expected a different result. So I'm insane. As soon as there was any problems with the car, the first issue with the car, it basically bailed on me and, started ghosting any messages and phone calls. Still ghosts me, won't talk to me or whatever. And that's quite all right. They got other things going on their plate, and I'm sure in their mind they're still a super duty high performance operator. And so go right ahead. Doesn't make any difference to me. But I'm not going to be using them or their advice in the future, that's for sure. And you learn by doing and by making mistakes. And now, of course, you make the same mistake over and over again, you don't learn very well. But I am going to put this together with what I've got, and ignoring a whole bunch of things that you should never do and so on. And we're just going to see what works. Reality is I just don't have the money to do it. The car's sitting there, the motor's sitting here. I have bought new bearings and a new connecting rod, new gaskets, bought new rings, although whether the rings will work or not is anybody's guess, because apparently they changed the width and depth of the piston grooves and blah, 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 blah. So we'll see if the rings fit. I don't know. If not, stay with the old rings. But on the advice of, as I mentioned before, there was way too much blow-by. Although I had 190 psi exactly across the board on all 4 cylinders, so, that's pretty good. So what we're going to do, I'm going to switch the camera over here and show you a few things. And yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to do. I should update is next week. There probably won't be a video because next week I'm going down, as I mentioned before in other videos, we'll be going down to a friend's place where I'll be helping him work on a Duramax and on a Suburban with a 6-liter and also a 75 F250 3/4 ton. Anybody interested in that, get a hold of me. I'm sure he'd love to sell it. But that will be a see if it'll run type deal. Apparently it did run vague on the details and so on and so forth. So I'm just going to give it a quick once over one afternoon, see what we can do. And I'll be staying down there for a couple of days. I hope to also be meeting up with someone that has given me some great encouragement. And out of the blue, or I shouldn't say another YouTuber, he is a YouTuber. I'm just a fly on the wall sort of thing. But I'll be mentioning him later on if we meet up. Hopefully doing a video together maybe. He is very, very good at what he does. He runs a performance speed shop where they build custom cars and do custom tuning. And he has, when he explains something in basic language, it is better than, he could spend 15 minutes explaining something to you in basic language and you would understand it better than if you went to a course for 6 months on it. He knows what he's talking about and he knows how to express it, and I found his videos very good. I'll put a link to his YouTube channel in the comments or down below, and yeah, I recommend highly. Go there, watch his stuff, ignore my stuff. My stuff is like watching cartoons on Saturday morning. His stuff is like listening to your professor through the week when you're in university. So I think. I've never been to university, so I have no idea what it's like in university. But yeah, we'll pretend that anyways. My stuff is definitely more like the Looney Tunes on Saturday morning. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to switch the camera around and I'll show you a few things, and then yeah, probably be, like I say, a week and a half, 2 weeks for another video, and that one should be another something completely different. But you know, if you like that kind of stuff, let me know. I guess as everybody says, don't forget to like and subscribe and share. Big shout out to the sponsors. Sponsors have got to be insane. They have completely bankrupted themselves doing this and supporting me. And now, just without any money, they're just going to attach their name to this and disaster as it continues down the hill. So I got to tell you, a hell of a sponsor, but I don't know about their product. Anyways, let's see what we're doing. So I think I've showed you the crank before. There are issues. Of course, you know, this is just come out of the diesel tank, or the wash tank, diesel tank, whatever you want to call it. Right here, if you can see, I'll clean this up a little bit there. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. There are still a few marks on that. We have polished to the utmost on this thing. That's as good as it's going to get. That's what I'm telling you right now. As good as it's going to get. We may polish a little more. There's, you know, but I don't think it'll make a whole lot of difference really. We're putting new king bearings in, and we're going to up the oil pressure a bit. We have the old oil pumps over here. Yes, the oil pumps with their mystical missing 1/4 inch washer that caused all of life's problems. But we will be shimming the pressure relief valve, bringing the oil pressure up some, and we'll be porting and polishing all the openings on the engine and on the oil pump so that we get really, really high flow. And I don't know if we can come around here and see or not. Yes, we can see here the openings for the oil pump, the oil journals, and we're going to port and polish those and open them up some, maybe a little bit, and get our maximum oil flow through there. You know, we want this thing to really sing, and that's our hope anyways. So we're going to up the pressure, which hopefully will take up some of the gap on those bearings. Whether it will or not, don't know. But we're just, yeah. We're going to run it like we're told. We're going to run 1540 in it, and a little bit higher oil pressure. As you can see, we've got all the other pieces up here. We've got the head in there, camshafts laying there. You know, we're going to polish everything up, put it back together. You know, I spent more. I bought a connecting rod and a new gasket set, Uh, got a Velcro head gasket because I don't trust the other no-name ones. And we're gonna put it back together. Last time she was running about half the oil pressure she was supposed to have. This time she'll be running hopefully 25 to 30% higher oil pressure than normal. The oil pressure seems to stay, no matter what the RPMs are, seems to stay about the same across the board. So, you know, we can run the oil pressure a little higher. Hopefully it won't blow out any seals or gaskets. If it does, I'll just keep dumping oil into it. But, yeah, you don't know if we'll ever back together this year or not. Would love to have it back together by the last weekend of August because that's the local car show. And I would love to have it in that, to everybody's surprise. But everybody around here, anyways. I'm building my first engine, or my first hot rod. You know, I've had a few cars in the past, nothing special particularly, but this will be the first one that I built the engine in. And the engine immediately blows up. Well, then, you're sort of a laughing stock. And he's like, well, yeah, he talked a good game, but he doesn't know what he's talking about. And now, I mean, that doesn't mean so much to most people. Like I said, there's some people that have never really built anything and still keep, acting like they are the super tuner of the world. But me, if I don't have solid ground to stand on, I don't want to brag. I'm not going to say I won't brag. I'm not going to say I don't like to brag. Everybody likes to brag. Like, look at me, look what I did. But, if what I did was have my motor blow up, I'd rather you didn't look at me. So, we're going to fix it with what we got. This may not work. I'm not even saying this will work. I'm going to tell people right outright that every time I start it up, stand back. She could blow up at any moment. But, we'll see. This far into it, why stop now?